Well, I'm sure that you as a small business owner could stand to save some time throughout your day. With Office 2007, thankfully, that's now possible. We're going to learn how to sort through all the information coming your way without any of the headaches. Here with us is Brian Kane, Microsoft Business Development Manager, to help us in using these quick and easy time-saving tips. Thank you for being with us today again, Brian.
Thank you very much, Penny.
I know it's been fun to talk with you in the green room and get educated. We're going to share some of the information that you and I were talking about with our other small business owner out there today. So I have a small business of my own, as you know. I've got lots of different kinds of information. I've got contact information. I've got sales information and accounting. How can Office 2007 help me organize all that and save me some time?
Yeah, it's a very important question, and I think a lot of people watching right now can very much relate. It's very common for people to receive 50, 100, or even more emails per day. So how do you sort through all of that information in addition to all the other sources of information that you mentioned? Well, I'd like to start off by showing you a little bit about Outlook 2007 and how it can help you organize all of that information.
I love Outlook, by the way. So we're going to take a look at Outlook 2007.
Okay.
All right, so we should have a demo tape that will roll up here pretty soon. So Outlook 2007, I mean, I've used other email systems before. I'm sorry to admit it, but I have. And this is just beautiful how this works.
Absolutely. So what we're doing here is we're able to find a particular email just by searching for them, and then we're able to look at not only the message, but the attachment directly from Outlook. And in this case, we're looking at a PowerPoint slide deck, and we can just scroll through all this information. A lot was mentioned about blogging yesterday, and it's very interesting because we can view all of our blogging information, all of those blogs that we really want to read directly from Outlook. We also have integration with both Office Live and other SharePoint-based technologies, so you can connect all your tasks and document information there. Here we're taking a look at our calendar, and what's very interesting about this is we're not only able to view our calendar, but also other calendars, in this case, one of our coworkers. And we can view them side by side or overlaid as well.
So that'd be a great way if you have to make a date for a meeting with someone and you say, I've got to get my calendar. This is a way that you can look at them side by side to find a good time to meet.
Absolutely. And one great other feature that I'm highlighting here is the ability to flag a message, and then it will automatically create a task for it. So let's say you have your Windows mobile device and there's an email that you know you want to follow up on, that phone call that you want to make a week later. By setting a flag, you're able to do so. And then you're also able to go in, and in this case with Business Contact Manager, drill down and take a look at all of the contact information for each content. So all the calendar items, tasks, meeting notes, all the communication between you and them.
Organization really is the key to saving time and just being able to know right where to find something. I know you mentioned the search mode just briefly, but that really is a lifesaver for lots of people. Absolutely.
It seems like such a small feature, but it saves so much time. Think of how many times you've spent 15, 20 minutes scrolling through your inbox for many people, which contains thousands of emails, trying to find one email from someone.
Yeah, just one. Or just like, you know, Mark Hurst said, we can always go to a zero inbox. Do you have a zero inbox?
I don't, I'm sorry.
Are you going to try to achieve that now? So all the tips that we just heard?
I think I'll give it a shot, but for me, that'll be a challenge.
Yeah, I think it is for lots of us. Let's talk about Excel. Excel is a program that helps us organize and analyze as well. It's something I've never used before, so could you lead me through a demonstration of that and tell me how that might be useful to my small business?
Absolutely, and let's focus on some of the more simple elements that I think we can all relate to. And with regards to productivity, the number one most important thing is that it helps you save time. So with this new user interface, now in order to transform this sales information that we see on the screen into a chart, all we have to do is go through 3 or 4 click steps, and in a matter of seconds, we have an exploded pie chart that we can now insert in that presentation on the sales call tomorrow, or just reference later on in a meeting.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely. And so you can see it's both very professional and you're able to do it very quickly. And I think that's the most important thing. So someone like you, Penny, who doesn't have experience with Excel, wouldn't have a problem being able to play with features like this. And then also, it's critical that you're able to find the business information you need. And here we just have an eye chart of sales information. What Excel allows us to do is view this information visually as well. So you can see in that first column, we're able to not only see the numbers as numbers, but also visually. And then here we're applying some more advanced logic using conditional formatting. So I can go in, for
What did you
example.
call that? Conditional?
Conditional formatting.
What is that?
What this allows us to do, if you take a look at the screen, is all of the items in red are above average, and then we're also able to highlight the performers in the top 10%, the bottom 10%. If you're concerned about finding that valuable information, you're able to do this very quickly. Or, for example, if you wanted to create a scorecard, so you have different divisions of your company with maybe a green light, a yellow light, and a red light, you could go through and easily define that logic. So now, all of a sudden, this huge eye chart of information is now valuable information you can use to better make decisions.
So the color codes mean what again, Brian?
So one of them was just all the people above average, and then the one in green in that second column is our top 10% performer. So perhaps they're, in this case, a store that we would like to share insights with the rest of the company. Or maybe we could identify the bottom 20% of performers and really focus our efforts on improving performance there.
All right, so let me ask you just a really silly question, though.
Sure.
We have a way to spread out the numbers and to get instant analysis of what they mean. How hard is it, though, just to get to that point, to feed the numbers into the system, to be able to know intuitively how to begin? That's always my problem. I sit down and it's like, okay, now where do I start? So is Office 2007 easy for me to start? I mean, that's always my fear. Is like, I'm too intimidated by the software.
Absolutely. And when you look at the user interface across the board, the reason that it's been changed to that ribbon across the top is that in the original version of Word, for example, there was 100 commands. In Word 2003, there's over 1,500 commands and 30 toolbars. So
well, see, no wonder.
To access all those tools and resources, it was a huge challenge. But now with that new user interface, if you want to make a change to a table, when you just double-click on a table, new tools automatically populate that allow you to do that. If you want to make changes to a picture, just double-click on the picture and the same thing happens. So as far as reaching the point where you can do what we just showed you, it's something that by design, the average non-technical end user is able to do.
Oh, that's exciting. What are the other big differences then between 03 and 07?
I think the most important thing in terms of productivity is that there is some very new powerful features, but then also a lot of tools that typically only power users used previously, but because that new user interface, average people are going to be able to use. So later on, for example, today, we're going to talk about pivot tables, which was considered something to only be used in Excel by extreme power users. And now the average end user can do it themselves as well.
Pivot tables. Even someone like me could use a pivot table.
You could do pivot tables.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Okay, and that's later today.
Absolutely.
All right, good. Now remember, we are live today, so your emails and your questions are always welcome, and all the information is there on the screen. Brian Kane, thank you so much for your information, and I can't wait to try it. I mean, I'm feeling like I can do this.
Absolutely, and I'm here to help you, Penny.
All right, Brian, thank you. All right, you've certainly convinced me to toss out 03 and to upgrade to Office 2007. If you'd like more information on this, just log on to Microsoft.com/smallbusiness.